Have you ever had a genuinely great idea for your business? Like a strategic move you want to make, a new offer you want to test, or maybe just a new hire you need to think through, and you literally cannot seem to get to it. You always think, okay, I'll carve out some time on Tuesday to think through this idea, make a plan. Maybe you sit down, do some strategic brainstorming, or open up a blank document to map out the research you need to do. You might even have time blocked your calendar thinking, this is my ticket to finally getting this done. But because your brain is so full of the operational noise running your life, and by the way, when I say life, I mean your business and your home life, there is no room left to think clearly when it counts. So you sit down to do strategic thinking, and instead you just find yourself staring at a blank screen, or worse, you start writing a to-do list for the week, which, look, a to-do list can be a really valuable way to clear your mind, but in this specific moment, writing a to-do list is actually a trap because writing a to-do list feels productive, feels like you're doing the work, but what you're actually doing is letting the urgent operational noise pull you completely away from the high-level strategic work that you sat down to do. You traded building the future for surviving the week. And so if you're nodding along to this right now, I want to ask you this, just friend to friend. Are you that person who is constantly sacrificing the big moves because you're just trying to keep the plate spinning? Hi, welcome back to Built for Both. I am Jessica. I'm a wife, toddler mom, ex-corporate turned entrepreneur, and a former wearer of all the hats. And I have made it my mission to help ambitious, goal-chasing entrepreneurs like you detangle your brain clutter so you can breathe again. I help you transform the chaos in your business and your home, because aren't we just one whole person pulling from the same bucket, into sustainable, efficient systems so you can have more clarity, more energy, and more of the life you actually built this for. In this episode, we're going to talk about a concept that I call brain clutter. We are going to talk about why you have it, why it is the single biggest bottleneck to your growth right now. And if you listened to my last episode, you know I walked you through a quick 10-minute detangle exercise to get some immediate relief. But today we're going to go a bit deeper because we're not just talking about how to empty the container for 10 minutes. We're going to talk about how to permanently change the way that you operate. And I'm going to walk you through a simple 3-part framework: how to get things out of your head, how to create the capacity to focus on growth right now, and most importantly, how to build the skills so you can adapt your systems over time so you never end up back in this place again. So before we get into the framework, can I ask you a question? When you think about the word systems, what is your immediate reaction? Some people have like a physical reaction to this word. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel like just another massive project you have to add onto your already ever overflowing plate? I know so many capable, ambitious entrepreneurs who hear the word systems and immediately think of like this massive software overhaul. They think of like color-coded Asana boards and complex Notion databases that they have to spend weeks learning how to build. And I want to be clear that there is a time and a place for that, right? Systems can absolutely be complex if that is what your business needs at this stage of your growth, but they can also be incredibly simple. Sometimes, like, the complexity of your system should match the complexity of the season that you're in. But because the word systems feels like a mountain, so many people just keep doing what they're doing. They keep carrying the entire operation in your head. And we do this because we are capable, right? You're already winning. You're already building something real. And because you are so good at holding it together, you just assume that this feeling, this like stretched feeling, is the price of admission. Everyone goes through this, right? But what if it isn't? What if the reason your big moves are taking longer than they should isn't because you lack discipline, but because your brain is being used as a storage unit instead of a processor? And so I want to talk about detangling brain clutter. Brain clutter is the invisible weight that you carry around every single day, otherwise known as mental load. It is the unwritten processes, the standards you want to hold your business to, the open loops, the mental checklist of what needs to happen next and why. And here's the most important thing to understand about brain clutter. It does not just come from your business. Like we all know, mental load is a very commonly used expression to talk about home life, especially as it relates to parenthood. But you are one person. You have one brain. You do not have a home brain and a business brain. If your brain is cluttered with meal planning, pediatrician appointments, doing that random home project you've been meaning to get to, those things are taking up the exact same cognitive bandwidth that you need to write the job description, plan out your next offer, create social media content. Like that one, especially, we all know that one takes up so much energy for some of us. And you cannot separate those two things, those two sides of your life, right? And yet, almost all systems advice out there tries to. They tell you how to organize your business, but they completely ignore the fact that you're also the operating system for your home life, or vice versa. If you are going to fix this problem of having enough capacity to be the whole person you want to be, we have to look at the whole picture. So let's get into it. So the human brain is an incredible processing system. It is not designed just to be storage. And I know I've talked about this in past episodes, but it's worth saying here again. When you use your brain to store information, like keeping every process, every recurring task, every don't forget to follow up with that client, or don't forget to take the next step on that project, and also why did I decide to do that again? Like when you're keeping all of that in your head, you are using it for the wrong job, and you are doing yourself, your business, and your family a disservice. So what does actually deserve space in your head? Strategy, creativity, relationship building, 100%, leadership capabilities, vision, right? Like your vision for the future, for your business, for your life. What does not belong in your head? The exact sequence of steps it takes to onboard a client. The grocery list, the login for that software you use once a month, your to-do list for the week, right? All the things you have to do. The very first step to detangling brain clutter is not to buy a new software subscription or a new planner, right? It is to empty the container. You have to get it out of your head. You have to map the reality of what is currently happening across your whole life, in my opinion, business and home. Where are the bottlenecks? Where are the decisions that only you can make? Where are the things you are doing that someone else could do? If only like you had the time, made the time to write down how to do that, right? Create a system to delegate. So the goal of this first step is not to build a perfect system. The goal is a cognitive reset. It is to get everything out onto the table so you can finally see what you're dealing with. So think about it like cleaning out your closet. You cannot organize a stuffed, chaotic closet while all the clothes are still hanging in there. You have to pull everything out, throw it on the bed, right? See the mess, make your keep, toss, donate piles, and see exactly what you're dealing with before you can put the pieces you actually want to keep back into the closet in an organized, systematic way. And so that's what we're doing with your brain. So once the operational noise is out of your head and living somewhere else, something incredible happens. The act of doing this is what creates immediate capacity. So let me explain more about what I mean by that. Imagine your brain is like a glass of water, and right now it is filled to the absolute brim. If somebody asks you a question, or a client has an issue, or you have a brilliant idea for a new offer, that is like dropping a rock into this glass full of water. The water is going to spill, right? You are at maximum capacity. There's no room for anything new without something spilling out. When you get the operational noise out of your head and into a system, it's like you've been drinking half the glass, right? Like suddenly there's room. You can drop a rock in and the water doesn't spill. You have bandwidth to actually process new information, handle issues without panicking, think strategically. And when you have capacity, you start to notice what you actually want to be spending your time on. You can like think again, right? You have that spark back, as people have been saying. I keep seeing people say getting your spark back. This is where we get to have a conversation about where you are genuinely irreplaceable. I love to use this word irreplaceable a lot because it just triggers like, where are you actually irreplaceable? If you really think about it, there's a lot that you could delegate. In your business, there are probably only 3 or 4 things that only you can do. Like think high-level sales conversations, maybe vision and strategy for sure, building key relationships, whether that's with clients, whether that's with investors, if you've taken on investors in your business, whether that's with your team, right? Your people that are on your team, your employees. In your home, there's things that only you can do for sure, like obviously being present with your family, like your specific relationships, right? Your kids, your partner, and then self-care, like fill up things that you are going to do to fill up your cup before you can pour into others. Everything else is negotiable. You can delegate it, you can build a system around it, you can automate it in some way. And I know that this feels crazy. Like there is so much guilt associated with this, associated with like delegating and, creating kind of shortcuts for yourself. But trust me when I say this is how people who build big businesses and build big lives are operating. They are not the ones doing everything, I promise. But right now, those irreplaceable things are getting the leftover version of you instead of the best version of you. They are getting the version of you that already has 47 mental tabs running all day long just to try to keep the wheels on. When you detangle the brain clutter, those irreplaceable areas finally get the best version of you. You don't just get time back, you get your energy back, you get your strategic brain back, and that is when the big moves stop taking so long. You actually have the bandwidth to execute, right? You have the bandwidth to plan an amazing family vacation and the bandwidth to take time for yourself, to recharge every week without guilt, and the bandwidth to plan that big strategic move in your business to take things to the next level to increase revenue, right? So now here's the part that almost nobody in my industry talks about. Most systems advice that I see out there treats systems like the destination. Like they sell you a template or a software or whatever, build you a dashboard, right? And say, here you go. You're organized. Good luck, right? I'm wiping my hands clean of this. And what happens is 6 months from now, when your business pivots, like what happens when you hire a new team member, you launch a new offer, your kid's school schedule gets something new happening and your whole morning routine is out of whack, right? The generic system that you just spent all this time building, or maybe it was built for you, breaks. And because you didn't understand why it was built that way in the first place, you don't know how to fix it. So you assume something's wrong, or this doesn't work for me, or this just isn't going to work anymore, and you abandon it. And you end up right back at square one, carrying it all in your head again. And this is why I believe that building the systems is only half the job. The other half, the more important half, is building the skill to adapt them over time. I like to use the analogy of building a house. I came from home building and I'm a real estate investor, so houses are just always on my mind. If you want to build a house, you don't need to become a master plumber or structural engineer. You hire an architect and a crew to create plans, pour the foundation, frame the walls. You bring in specialized knowledge to build the structure, right? Once the house is built and you understand how all the rooms flow together, then you can go in and paint the walls. You can hang pictures. If you decide a year later that you want to change the color or you want to extend the deck or whatever it is that makes the house feel a little bit more like yours every day, like you can do that very easily. You can iterate and tweak things over time to fit what you need in the moment, right? You didn't have to build the structural walls yourself necessarily, but you do need to understand why they are built that way, like hello, load-bearing walls, right? So that you know what you can and can't change to make it more personalized without everything breaking. And now you are fully capable of maintaining and adapting the space. And that is exactly how business and home systems should work, in my opinion. You do not necessarily need to know how to create all the structural foundation of your operations, so to speak, unless you're, particularly interested in doing the building. But once it is built for you, with you, done by you, you need to know how it works. And this is why when I work with clients, the most important phase of our work is not the build, it is the stress test period. Once we build everything, we spend time actually running it. Like my clients are stress testing it themselves in their real lives. When something feels clunky, we adjust. Like when a new variable pops up, like, oh, I didn't think about this before, we figure out how we can adapt the system to handle it, right? We're not just building a dashboard, we're building a muscle, a skill. The goal is not to just get a black box that you're afraid to touch, right? It's to learn how to live in your house and paint the walls if you want. So that a year from now, like I was saying, when the business grows again, you don't need to start from scratch. You already have the skills to iterate and adapt. You become the owner of the infrastructure, not a hostage to it. It should not feel like this prison that you can't break out of. So if you're listening to this and thinking, yes, this is me, I'm not even sure where to start though, I have something for you. I put together a quick quiz that helps put into words exactly what kind of brain clutter is slowing you down the most and what the right next step is to start detangling it. It's just 5 questions and it's going to point you in the right direction. I'm going to put the link in the show notes. Take that and then DM me on Instagram and let me know what your results. Sometimes it just helps to just talk through it with somebody and let's figure out how we can get you to the next level. Until next time, keep building for both.